So here is the body. So remember that we used the tacky glue, and this is not an instant glue, at least with me. It takes a little bit to dry, which is okay, because while this is drying, we can work in a different part of the entire piece. So it is okay, but this way, you know, it is better to work with the glues not, with the legs not falling. So this is the body, and the way that I want to start is, I want to start with the here, the top part, not in the middle, but on the side. We are going to sew all the way around, and we're going to end here on this side, and we're going to fill with the filling stuff, and then we'll finish this. Okay, so I'm gonna show you again how we start the blanket stitch, and that's the stitch that I'm gonna use in here. So we're going in the middle, in between both pieces, and you go on one side first, you pull the whole thing, you hide the knot. Okay, actually let me do something in here which is easier. I'm going to use a pin in here just to hold both pieces. Okay, so let's continue. So here I have the knot in between, so I'm going on the other side and all the way to this side. Okay, and you pull, and there's a loop in here, and you just go underneath and you pull it, and see it makes a knot in there. Okay, we just continue normally. So over here, I'm going to show you how we do around the legs. Okay. So you start on this side as normally. Okay. All the way. So through all the way to the other side. Okay. And you pull it, but you leave a loop in here. Okay, leave a loop in here, and you come back here, just on the edge of the purple through the other side. Okay, and you pull, and now you go under the loop. Okay, see, and it looks like nothing happened. Again, start on this side, through the other side, you pull, but you leave a loop in here a little bit. Okay, there's a loop, and on this side, on the edge of the purple one, through the other side, under the loop, and you pull. Okay, you just continue normally. here we are, ready to fill the entire body. Okay, we're going to use, I have here in my basket, some of the filling. So we're going to do little by little, okay? Sometimes I use this just to push carefully the filling inside to the corners first. Okay, see, it's already going into the corners. Sometimes I use the scissors as well to do this movement, but sometimes it's not good to do that because you can by accident cut some of the felt or the string, and it's not a good idea. So here, make sure that you fill all of the gaps to look nice and fluffy. See, a little bit more, still has some room inside. So it is always best to use little by little and not grab just a bunch of this filling and then not be able to work. So it is always best to do this with some patience, of course. But carefully. See, it's nice and thick. Okay, so let's just continue and finish this piece. How adorable. Okay, so last stitch that goes on top of the, in this case was the first one. Okay, see, it's very nice and thick. I usually like to make the items like this. Okay, so last one. And usually, like I showed, you can cross all the way to the other side and then just go to a place in on the piece. So here it is. Nice, very nice. Okay, so this is going to be the front. Okay, so let's work now on the head and the hair, head and hair. So again, I'm going to use the glue, and what I'm going to do is, so if this is the back of the head, so make sure instead of putting edge together with the edge, we are going to leave a little bit inside. Can you see it? Don't need too much, just a little bit, something like that. Okay, so we are going to glue the, so it doesn't need too much glue, it's just really to hold, okay, to be easier while you are working. And the good thing about the glue not being instant glue is that, you know, if you place it the wrong way, here these two pieces, you can always remove and do it again. So this is the front of the head, which we're going to put on top, and now we're going to use the hair to match with the hair in the back. So it's going to be the same thing, not edge with the edge in the front, it's going to be edge with the edge of the other part of the hair. Okay, so we're going to use the glue as well. Again, it's just don't put on the edges because we're going to sew the edges. So we're going to put in here more or less. Okay, so you can remove, you can put it back. We could have done this before anything else, but that's okay. Okay. So what we're going to do in here is we are going to draw the mouth. And we're going to draw the eyes. So in this case, I'm doing by eye, okay, because I'm already used to it and I know more or less. But the best way, if you are new with this, the best way is before you glue the front of the hair, you may use the pattern. Okay, you can make two little holes in here where the so I have these marks in here on purpose, so because you can do like this. Okay, make a hole, and then with the pan, the disappearing pan, again, before you put this the front of the hair, you place this on top and you're going to make the eyes. Okay, and then you'll just, you know, put the hair in there. Okay, but here I did by eye, which is okay, you can do that as well. Okay, so we are going to start with the hair. So let's start the hand, the blanket stitch. Okay, so we put all of these pieces nicely together, and we're going to do the blanket stitch again. And here it is, the end. Okay, so the hair is done. Now we're going to work on the face, and so I'm going to start on one side all the way to this side, and then we are going to fill the, okay, blanket stitch again. So let's start on one side, starting in between these two pieces, hide the knot. So usually I start as close as possible to this corner. Okay. Okay, beautiful. So let's sew around, and after the head is filled, we are going to make the eyes. And initially when I created this pattern, the angel did not have a mouth. That's why I did not work on the mouth before we started putting these two pieces together. Okay, because if I wanted to have a mouth on the doll, I would have done that before. Okay, so I will leave the mouth in there for now, because the line will disappear eventually. Okay, so it's not a problem, but it was just to show you that I could do, you know, by hand instead of using the pattern, because the pattern itself does not have a mouth. Let me know in the comments if you wished the pattern had a mouth, and I can do that next time. So here we're almost done. Look at that, so pretty. And I'll show you also how I do the eyes, which is very interesting. We're almost done in here, so we are going to do the same thing. Start filling. Again, I'm going to use the tweezers. Sometimes I like to use the like an old brush as well. So carefully just bring all of this inside and fill all of these areas that don't have anything. And I like to make the head or even the body, like I showed you, nicely filled. Okay, because if you don't put enough of the filling, the doll is going to look like it has wrinkles, you know. So if you put enough, it will be very nicely rounded. Okay, a little bit more. Maybe this is too much. A little bit at a time is always best. Okay, we're almost done in here. Let's finish the head and we are going to work on the eyes. So exciting! We are almost done in here. And at the end of when we are finishing the piece, it's always important to have extra patience because you have to keep these pieces together. Look at that, so cute. And try to go here as close as possible to the hair. Okay, as close as possible for the filling not to start coming out. And you can go down here and then straight to somewhere on the piece and just cut it. Look how cute. Okay, see it's very thick as well, but if you don't put enough, believe me, the doll is going to look like it has a bunch of wrinkles. Okay, so let's work on the eyes. We still have the marks in here, so I'm going to show you what I'm going to use for the eyes, and also the second option that sometimes I use as well. That both options would work well in here, but I'm going to show you both options.
You and me, we meant to